Hello there, everybody. Ditto 268 here, and welcome to another playthrough of mine. And yeah, as you can tell, yeah, I am once again doing another Pokemon playthrough. And you may think it is a coincidence that I am doing another Pokemon playthrough almost a week after that recent Pokemon Presents premiered. And I guess I should say this. I was already planning on doing this playthrough way before that Pokemon Presents premiered. It's just the convenient timing really came. Like after I finished off my previous playthrough and started off this one. Yeah, that was convenient timing. But anyways, everyone, welcome to the only generational game where you essentially only get to utilize a bunch of fresh faces until the actual post game anyway. Yeah, the version I'm playing for this generation, well, for the prequels anyway, Pokemon White version. For these games, usually I usually pick a Pokemon White. Yeah, but as everyone now here's of course we're getting introduced to what was actually considered to be the only the only female professor until Gala came around. Now, of course, being a Professor Juniper. Yeah. Now, as we go through this, I guess I should say this. Now, considering that I am once again doing another main game Pokemon playthrough, yeah, you may think we're gonna be in this for like quite a long while, considering that this is once again another RPG, of course. Although what I will say is this playthrough will probably be finished off a lot more sooner than what we went through with Soul Silver, because for one, there won't be as much content that I'm going to show off for this playthrough. Yeah, unlike what I showed off during Soul Silver. Yeah, mostly because now, there are certain events that did occur during this game. It's just during a Pokemon Bull Black and White. It's just that, yeah, it's just, yeah, there really is. Honestly, I don't really feel like they're as important for me to show off like I did with Soul Silver. So yeah, there won't be as much of that when it comes to this. Okay, now, and secondly, now when I started Soul Silver, I was of course going through, I was of course currently going through with the fact that, of course, for those of you who recall, yeah, I had to start all over all of my future playthroughs from scratch. And then of course, after I moved into my new home, yeah, I definitely had some trouble with the internet connection. Hence why I was only able to get certain things done. I was only able to get like only 1 or 2 videos done per week. Yeah. But anyway, however though, now that I've gotten a much more better internet connectivity, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going through this a lot more quicker than what we actually went through with Soul Silver. Although, unless if I get sick or something. But anyways, everyone, and thirdly, Yeah, thirdly, as you may have noticed, starting with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I have been doing some editing slash cutting things out. Cutting things out of certain videos. Either, if the video corrupted, if a video file corrupts or something, or if a certain few seconds of a video footage gets corrupted, or in some cases, if I don't have anything important to say, and I just don't want to waste your time. So yeah. So there may be some points in this playthrough, of course. I may be editing out. Just in case if one of the two things that I just mentioned actually occurs. But anyways, yeah. Now I've gone for all that friggin' introduction. Now I guess I should say now the characters that we just gone through, of course. Yeah, as I essentially just talked over. Now, the main character that you get to play as this time are either named. Now those characters are either named. Now their original names are Hilda and Hilbert. And the two characters that are essentially going to be your rival characters. Your rival characters for these games are their names are Cheren and Bianca. Yeah, and let's just say, yeah, we are going to be seeing these two, of course, quite a lot. Well, more so considering that, for starting off, yeah, we are essentially, all three of these characters, they're going to be, starting off their journeys yeah, they are essentially going to be starting off their journeys together and whatnot. So, yeah, and of course, all throughout the game, they of course are going to learn what is their true calling. When it comes to their journey, which of course essentially leads into the actual sequels on themselves. Anyway, but anyways. And now, of course, we got this little note here from Professor Juniper, essentially telling us that we can now select one of these free Pokemon to start off our journeys with. And now, as we say hello to the Gen 5 starter Pokemon. Now, first off, we have the Grass-type Pokemon Snivy, the Fire-type Pokemon Tepig, and the Water-type Oshawott. Now, as for the starter that I usually go for, well, in terms of black and white, I actually go for Tepig. So, and that is indeed the starter that I'm gonna be going for this playthrough. Yeah, now you may be thinking, why another fire starter? Well, you see, here's the thing. You would be much rather have Tepig during the black and white, not so much for the sequels, because of a certain thing that occurs, because of a certain thing that I will be going over as we go. Yeah, when our Tepig actually evolves. Oh yeah, and as you saw, yeah, and as you've been seeing, yeah, now, immediately, as soon as we get our starter, yeah, Bianca already wants to have a battle. But of course, Cheren, and even I, by the way, I'm concerned about we may end up messing up my freaking bedroom. Yeah, that may cause a big freaking mess to my actual bedroom if we actually do this. But we have no choice and we have to battle anyway. But anyways, our first battle against Bianca. And right away, I gotta say, the battle music that they use for both Bianca and Cheren is actually really good, actually. Yeah, honestly, I really do like this battle music. But anyways, everyone, now, in terms of the battles themselves, now there are two major upgrades that they actually changed up. That they changed up ever since from Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Now the first thing, as you've been clearly seeing, yeah, that's right. The Pokemon themselves do not just do a little animation first. Then they just go back to being like still images. No. That's right. That's right, everyone. Starting with Generation 5, the Pokemon themselves are the Pokemon themselves are always moving. Yeah. Now the only times that they'll ever stop is that they will repeat. Is whenever they are about to repeat their animations, or if they just happen to be frozen. Yeah, that right there is the only time that they'll ever stop moving. And as you can see, yeah. The second, when we had our battle, look at my freaking room. Yeah, a big freaking mess, Bianca. Yeah, what did you expect from the fact that we just had a freaking battle in a room that's not exactly that big? Jeez. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, now she says that we're sorry. That she is sorry. Yeah, Bianca, maybe you should have said sorry, like, before we had our battle? Or maybe you should have, or maybe you should have thought about having a battle, like, say, I don't know, outside? Outside? Where we can simply just have all the freedom? Where we can simply just have all the freedom that we want? Jeez. But anyways, everyone, and I guess since we are getting ourselves into another battle already in my freaking bedroom, yeah. And even though Cheren says it'll be no problem for to keep the room from getting any messier, but even though you just said about getting this room messy in the first place. But anyways, I guess since we're gonna be battling, we're obviously gonna be battling we're obviously gonna get into another battle with Cheren. Our very first battle against Cheren anyway. Now, I guess I'll just say, now, another change up, that they did for Generation 5 is that how the experience share works. Now previously, the experience share, the experience that you get, for battling, was only dependent on not only the Pokemon themselves, but also just by how lower level, and it also depends on how low leveled or strong, or how strong they were. So no matter how high or very low leveled your Pokemon were, you would still get the same amount of experience from them. But however though, starting with Generation 5, the experience that you get are dependent on the levels that you just so happen to be currently are. For example, for example, if it just so happened to be, let's say, at least, just below level 50, and you just so happen to be facing off against a level 60/65 Pokemon, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, then you will get a good, then you will get a good chunk of experience out of it. But another example is that your Pokemon just so happens to be at, say, level 90, and you just so happen to be at level you defeated a level 5 Pokemon, then you will not be able to get as much experience out of them, considering that you're already so high leveled that you can easily just defeat them anyway. So yeah, essentially, make sure that you utilize that same experience. Now, you essentially make sure that you get your Pokemon to be facing up against, like, say, around their level, so that you'll be able to get as much experience out of it. Or if you want to, you can simply just have experience share and simply just so then they'll just get experience anyway. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, and as you saw, yeah, even though Bianca and Cheren suggested that they will clean up my room, considering that it was their own doing, but considering that our mom is too nice, and she suggested that she would do all the cleaning. Yeah, and I get it that our mom is nice and all. But at the same time, and I do appreciate Cheren and Bianca taking the responsibility for the mess up. But come on, they at least gotta do something about, at least a little, just like a little bit of cleanup, right? Yeah, that's right. Now we got this. That's right. Now we get ourselves a cross-trained Zever. Now we essentially use this little we essentially use that little device and the cross-trained Zever to call up anyone that we just happen to have in contact with. Although the ones that you're probably going to be in contact with are mostly your mom, Cheren, Bianca, and also Professor Juniper. Now, as for any others, I forget if you do get any other phone calls. But I guess I should say this as well, yeah, you really are not going to really be utilizing that cross-train Zever to do much else other than calling people. And that's why throughout this playthrough, I'm not really going to be showing that off all that much. Yeah, honestly, I'd say it's not really all that worth it for me. But anyways, everyone. Now for the first time that we actually start off this playthrough in is in a little town called Nuvema Town. And I guess I'll just say this as well. The music that plays for this town, I'd say it is also very darn good. Yeah, and I guess I should point this out as well. The majority of this game's music, while more so Generation 5 in general, now this also counts towards the sequels too. Yeah, the music overall for Generation 5, I say is actually very darn good. Yeah, for the most part, yeah, the music for both of them, for Black and White and the sequels, I would say for the most part they really are darn good. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, honestly, every time every time I do a replay through of these games, or whenever I come back to actually playing them again, now, I always do get myself a kick out of the music for these games. Yeah, honestly, I just really like them a lot. But anyways, there's everyone, as you can see. Now you saw that little text actually went all berserk because of Bianca's father. Her father was got mad at Bianca because he doesn't want her to go on a journey. Yeah, that's actually something that we're gonna be seeing quite a lot when it comes to this generation, actually. Yeah, that's right. And you definitely will notice it a lot, when certain characters get really mad. Yeah, and I'd say, yeah, now I'm pretty sure they kept it within the future games. But honestly, I just don't really get to witness it all that much, in terms of future games. Honestly, I forgot. But anyways, everyone, now, this whole plot with Bianca's dad is actually not only a thing that they actually continue with not only these games, but also they actually made the thing in the anime. But it was only for one episode. Where now, just before Ash got to his gym battle against Elisa, that's when we got to meet Bianca's father. And Ash wanted to make sure that and Ash's friends really wanted to make sure that Bianca could continue her journey. So that's when Ash actually got to battle her father. And even though he lost, but Bianca's father still still gave her the A-OK to go on the journey. To essentially continue on her journey. And anyways, everyone, I think after we're done here, I think this is where I'm going to be ending off this part. Considering we definitely got a lot more dialogue as soon as we get inside the lab. And so, to the next part, I'll see you guys next time!